now on CoastTV News.
The rain continues to fall across Delmarva this morning, steady to even heavy at times. I'll tell you how long the rain lasts and if there's more to come coming up next.
Now it's on to November. Voters went to the polls in Maryland for races that could determine the balance of power in Congress. We recap last night's results.
School board selection. There were races in both Delaware and Maryland. We explain why one will not be finalized until later in the year.
Francis got key findings. A new report details the moments that led up to the deadly crash into the bridge.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
And Paige, a rainy start to our day.
Yes.
In fact, the conditions is triggered one of our patented color code days. I don't know if it's patented, though.
We can patent it, I think, right? We can go through that paperwork. We'll do that while we bring in Bob right now. Because, yeah, Bob, when I left this morning, a little drizzle. And by the time I got to work, it was pretty steady.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a washout for sure. And yeah, we'll call it a washout Wednesday, guys, as that rain continues steady to even heavy at times this morning. Leave extra time to get to your destination. Watch for ponding on the roads, limited visibility. Take it slow. No hurry this morning. Steady rain. Even we're seeing some yellow areas around Milford, back to Fenwick Island and Ocean View. That's some heavier rain. Also heavier rain into areas of Maryland, just south of Salisbury. And the Eastern Shore in the steady rain as well. We're seeing kind of the back edge of this heavy rain shield across the southern tip of Delmarva. It's kind of spinning and moving to the north thanks to low pressure now developing off the coast. Out the door, temperatures are in the upper 50s. It's raw. We've got an easterly wind at times gusting over 20 miles per hour. So not a very nice morning as we continue to see waves of rain moving through. Here's Futurecast at 6 a.m. Still pockets of moderate to heavy rain. And then I think the real heavy rain starts to let up by 9 a.m. as the steady rain transitions to drizzle as we go into the afternoon. Wind shift to the northeast is just kind of a raw afternoon with temperatures into the 60s. So take it slow out there. Pack your patience, as I say, with the rain continuing, but once again tapering off. I'll have much more on this yellow alert day and if we can expect more rain in the days to come coming up in just a bit.
All right. Thank you, Bob. This morning, we now know who the candidates in Maryland will be for Congress. As you first saw on the Coast TV News app in the Senate, Angela Alsobrooks wins the Democrat primary. It was a battle that was tight from end to end. She beat out David Trone, grabbing 54% of the vote.
Reacting to her win, Alsobrooks took to Twitter, or known as X, in proclaiming, quote, "My name is Angela Alsobrooks, and I am officially your Democratic nominee in Maryland's Senate race. On November 5th, 2024, we are going to defeat Larry Hogan, keep Maryland blue, and keep our Senate under Democratic control. Spread the word," unquote.
Yeah, she referenced Hogan because he won the Republican primary. Hogan topped a field of 7 candidates with 62% of the vote. The closest candidate to Hogan was Robin Ficker.
Yeah, that's right. So Robin Ficker was very close behind. You can see the exact percentage of those votes right there on your screen.
Yeah, with those numbers in mind, let's keep focus here that the primary has gotten the eyes of the entire nation, and whoever wins the open seat could shake up Washington. Hogan said at a watch party last night that his goal is to work across the aisle.
But Maryland is known as the state of middle temperament. We believe in common decency and common sense, and we know that what unites us as Marylanders and as Americans is greater than that which divides us.
All right, so now the stage is set. Let's break down the 2 candidates. We're going to start with Hogan, Paige.
Yeah, so he served 2 terms as Maryland's governor, saw massive approval ratings. That's important to note because Maryland's typically a blue state. He was only the second Republican governor elected in Maryland in over 50 years. Before he was elected governor, Hogan worked in real estate. Now, as for his opponent,
Alsobrooks has the endorsement of Maryland Governor Wes Moore. She was elected county executive for Prince George's back in 2018. She's also a former state's attorney for Prince George's County.
It's a big race for the open Senate seat, so it will be very interesting to see how things shake out coming up this November.
Now, one thing to consider, Democrat voter turnout in this race was significantly larger than the Republican turnout, though. You never know. how things will play out in a general election.
You never know. So now let's turn from the Senate primary to the race for U.S. House District 1. That's where incumbent Andy Harris managed to cruise past a pair of Republican challengers, garnering almost 80% of that vote. He'll now get the opportunity to defend his seat in the general election come November.
In that race, Harris will face Blaine Miller. That's the winner on the Democrat primary for U.S. House 1. Miller topped Blessing Oluwadere with nearly 60% of the vote in that race.
So this now brings us to our Coast TV poll. We asked, did you or will you vote in your primary election? 63% of you said yes, you did, or you will. 37% of you said no. I'm hoping that gap gets a little bigger, more votes for yes coming up, but maybe you have your reasons why. If you want to vote, go to coasttvnews.com/vote, or you can always vote on our mobile app. School board elections took place across Delaware. Anita West Werner is the District 4 winner in Indian River. We have more Delaware school board election results on coasttv.com.
Over in Maryland, in Worcester County, 3 Board of Education elections took place yesterday. That was Districts 2, 3, and 5. Districts 2 and 3 each have 2 candidates, while Districts 5 has 3 for the Board of Education seats. So yesterday's election was kind of an elimination round in District 5 because only 2 move on. Dorothy Shelton Leslie and Elena McComas seem to be the winners based on the unofficial results that we have.
This morning, we're learning more about what caused that Dolly cargo ship to crash into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. According to an initial report released by the National Transportation Safety Board, the Dolly lost power twice as it was leaving the Port of Baltimore. That was triggered by the unexpected tripping of critical electrical breakers, preventing the local pilots from being able to control the massive vessel, ultimately leading to that crash. There wasn't enough time for the ship to drop anchor or for tugboats to get the vessel to avoid disaster. The NTSB report also revealed the Dolly had suffered a blackout triggered by a crew member mistake. That was 10 hours before the collision during in-port maintenance. The connection between the earlier blackout and the one that preceded the deadly accident still remains under investigation, as well as other factors.
Just a few hours ago, Caitlin Clark made her much-anticipated WNBA debut. She led her team, the Indiana Fever, in scoring with 20 points against the Connecticut Sun, but it was a losing effort. Plenty of excitement about her career after she set the college basketball scoring record while playing at the University of Iowa, and we will hear from Clark later on Coast TV News Today. Day 17 of the Trump hush money trial. It wrapped up with former President Trump's team calling Michael Cohen, his former lawyer, and looking to shatter his credibility.
Yeah, before that, Cohen doubled down on his testimony that the former president directed him to buy a porn star's silence because he believed it would be a disaster for his 2016 campaign. NBC's Drew Petchamo shows us now the latest in this high-profile trial.
Lawyers for former President Donald Trump laying into one of the prosecution's most important witnesses, Michael Cohen, once Trump's right-hand man. Defense attorneys accusing Cohen of being motivated to lie because he profits off criticizing the former president, admitting he made more than $3 million off 2 books he wrote about his dealings with Trump, and addressing paid subscribers on TikTok 6 days a week to talk about Trump. Cohen is key because he's the only witness to testify that Trump knew his internal records were falsified to cover up Cohen's payoff to an adult film actress before the 2016 election. Cohen says he made the payment at Trump's request to help his election chances. Trump has pleaded not guilty and denies the relationship.
Now we're in the 5th week. Can you believe I've been in here for 5 weeks instead of campaigning? It's a shame.
Trump says he's limited on what he can say about the case because of a gag order imposed by the judge. But outside the courthouse, a parade of Republican officials speaking out in support of Trump, including House Speaker Mike Johnson.
He is soon to be officially the nominee of one of the major parties in our country, running for president. And they have him tied up here in this ridiculous prosecution that is not about justice. It's all about politics, and everybody can see that.
After years of defending Trump, Cohen says he turned on the president and decided to tell the truth about the hush money scheme after consulting with his family and pledging his loyalty to them and the country. Drew Petchamo, NBC News, Washington.
Now, the trial is not in session today. That's typical for Wednesdays in this case. And when it resumes tomorrow, Cohen is expected to be back on the stand.
Well, we still have a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, today's the day. Parking season starts all along our coast, and we will tell you how much you'll have to pay in our coastal communities.
Also, a love lockdown. We're showing you locals' reactions to all the locks you see there coming down in Ocean City.
And the permit to purchase bill in Delaware pushing forward. We'll tell you what's expected from Delaware Governor Carney tomorrow. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join us in our anniversary celebration. Plus, get inspired by a remarkable project led by women, transforming the Georgetown Library into a vibrant hub for teens. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Solar is a legacy you will pass on to future generations. So choose a local company with the skills and expertise to do it right. Sunrise Solar is your complete solar energy solution, offering interactive systems for farming and industrial. The Sunrise team has the knowledge, training, and certifications necessary to build the best solar unit for your needs. With a 25-year panel production warranty. Call today about financing and low monthly payments. Sunrise Solar, powering your future.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. Coast TV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Hi, this is Jimmy Hoppa inviting you to join us as we take the cross to the country. Christian country and Southern gospel, all to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Taking the cross to the country, Sunday mornings at 8 on Coast Country, sponsored by Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling.
Just about 5:12 on a washout of a Wednesday morning. Bay Health Cam. Ooh, look at that. It's rainy, it's windy, and not very pleasant as the radar lit up like a Christmas tree. Steady rain, and in the yellow spots, we're seeing areas of moderate rain, so watch for ponding on the roads. And maybe some flooding in poor drainage areas around Eden near Salisbury. Back towards the coast, you're seeing the moderate rain and also raining for the eastern shore right now. Now, the back edge of the heavy rain is across the southern tip of Delmarva. We're watching low pressure developing here. So we're in this rain for, well, a couple more hours. So, well, clearly the worst putt I've had since we started the golf forecast. Forget it. Don't go. Cloudy skies, periods of rain today, and 63.
I was wondering where that putt would land based on our weather. All right, we move on. Gun safety legislation expected to be signed into law this week in Delaware. Senate Substitute 1 for Senate Bill 2. This requires people looking to buy a handgun to go through an application process and complete a firearms training course within 5 years before the date of application. The bill passed both the House and Senate in March, and Governor Carney is set to sign it into law on Thursday. We have an update on the case of the Laurel School District Superintendent who was suspected of a DUI. Sean Larimore was arrested after failing to slow down or move over for a police traffic stop late Friday night. School district took to social media Tuesday saying Larimore will be away from his duties as superintendent for an indefinite amount of time.
The interest rates on new federal student loans expected to hit a 12-year high. This is upcoming to 2024 to 2025 academic college years. The interest rates for undergraduate student loans will rise above 6.5%. However, President Biden's new student loan repayment plan named SAVE could make it easier for future borrowers despite this increase. Google's working on a new AI-powered scam call detection feature to protect Android users from phone scams. The call monitoring feature will warn you if the person on the phone is likely attempting to scam you. Android users will get alerts during the call when red flags are detected, encouraging you to end that conversation. Coming up this morning, love a lockdown. We're telling you why these locks had to come down in Ocean City and now what some locals are saying about this change.
And we're seeing rain pelting the camera, the Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury right now, 60 degrees. It's a yellow alert day for a very good reason, with the rain falling at least a half an inch. Many places have already picked that up, and perhaps over an inch in some spots. The rain tapers off later this morning, but it remains cool with lots of clouds the next few days. Your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Rally for our first responders, Saturday, June 1st from 12 to 6 at Hudson Fields. Enjoy this family-friendly event full of live music, kids activities, food trucks, vendors, live auction, car show, competitive and social cornhole tournaments, and so much more. Tickets are on sale now starting at $10. Plus, sponsorship opportunities are still available. For more info, visit coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Dan and Cher here as our first duo coaches. 2, it's a lot better than 1.
Boys.
Oh my goodness. They're in a duo.
Let's go!
But I have a 3 hat. This is not fair. I need a partner to help me.
Unbelievable! Let's unplug this thing.
Big team legend! It's so distracting.
The Voice, all new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:16. You are looking live at Ocean City. Lots of rain on the Worcester County coast. Bob, this is a yellow alert day. And to help us better understand why we have that designation, can you just go over again the conditions for a yellow alert?
Well, yeah, Matt, we have added the yellow alert to our arsenal of alert days. We added this about a month ago. It's when we get about a half inch to about an inch of rain. It goes to a red alert if we get over an inch, a widespread area of at least an inch of rain. We're not there yet, but a lot of places have already picked up at least a half an inch of rain. This is the rainfall as of 5 a.m. in Georgetown, almost an inch for you, 0.9, 0.58 at Prime Hook, over half an inch for Laurel and Seaford, a little bit under a half an inch in Lewis at 0.44, and about a third of an inch in Rehoboth as it continues to rain. You can see the radar all green, indicating the steady rain, and in these yellow spots, that's even indicating some heavier rain near Andrewsville and Ellendale, also Gumboro, down 113 near Ocean View and Bayville. You're seeing some heavy rain, and near Salisbury, and then back towards the coast, Sinnapunxet, Ocean Pines seeing the heavier rain. Not as heavy for the eastern shore, but a steady rain nonetheless. So the bottom line, take it slow. If you can delay travel this morning, do that. Maybe wait a few hours as we're seeing this big slug of rain moving up the coast. This low pressure is developing near Norfolk right now. We're seeing the back edge of the steady rain across the southern tip of Delmarva, so we're in this steady to heavy rain for the next couple of hours. Temperatures are in the upper 50s. It's raw with the rain and the wind now coming off the ocean out of the east, so that means temperatures not rising all that much. Here's Futurecast at 5:30. We continue in the steady to heavy rain at times. And as we work our way through the morning, I think that steady rain tapers off to drizzle and light rain. We could warm into the mid-60s later today, but I think many of us stay in the lower 60s as the winds just continue to come off the ocean. And I do think we keep it mainly cloudy overnight. Futurecast is showing some breaks. This might be optimistic, but low pressure offshore keeps the clouds kind of socked in as we go into your Thursday. So still kind of cloudy, a few showers and temperatures mainly in the 60s. And as we go down the road, that area of low pressure just hanging offshore wants to keep pushing clouds our way on Friday, but I think we keep it dry. And then the weekend, unfortunately, looks kind of showery on Saturday as we have another area of low pressure. And unfortunately, looks like some of those showers could linger into Sunday as well. And as far as rainfall amounts, we've already picked up a good soak looking, and before it's all said and done and heading into your Friday, we're looking at about an inch and a half at least of rain. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 62 with the rain today. It's a washout with the yellow alert, and then cloudy Thursday, 67, 69 Friday, and cool into the weekend, only mid-60s and showers on and off both days. I don't think it's going to be a washout, and then it does dry out early next week. Umbrella winner today is Monzie Whaley from Fruitland. Congratulations, Monzie. You have a brand new umbrella, and good timing. From Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thanks. Now let's take a live look at what's going on over on the Bay Bridge. Bob just told us expect rain all throughout the day. That could, of course, have impacts on road conditions and traffic, especially there on the bridge. Because of that, Maryland Transportation Authority reminding drivers two-way operations of the Bay Bridge could be prevented. That's when one lane of eastbound traffic is directed to that westbound span. Authorities are warning drivers of potential eastbound delays during the afternoon rush hour. I've been experiencing that. You don't want to get caught in that. Officials will continue to monitor weather conditions and implement the two-way operations if it's safe to do so.
In Ocean City, people love taking a stroll along Lovelock Pier, but things have changed, and now only a few locks remain. Just last week, crews replaced sections of the fence, taking down hundreds of these locks, mostly left by couples as tokens of their love and commitment. Mark Castro swung by with his kids yesterday afternoon and gave the new cleaned-up look his seal of approval.
My family and I decided to come visit the new Ocean City Fishing Pier look. We think it looks great. We think that the pictures of our guests and our tourists will look much better, and it's better for the environment and everybody all around.
And while many find charm and sentimentality on the locks, the town is kindly urging visitors to refrain from adding any more.
All right, coming up on Coast TV News today. Today is the day on Delmarva. Not that day. It's parking season day. It starts in many Delaware coastal communities. We're telling you how much you're going to have to pay. We'll be right back.
It's now or never.
2 dead bodies in the name of free speech.
Nobody needs to die today.
This girl was targeted.
You come and see it, my right daughter!
When you're undercover, one mistake and it's all over.
Can I go home now? That's not how this works.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
When you're at the beach, the priority is having fun with your family. And when you got a full house, let us handle the food and bring Bethany Blues to you. From our award-winning barbecue to specialty dishes and family-style options, we have something special for your group. Let Bethany Blues bring the good times home to you.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Rock Shop with Steve Mons. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10. Big 107.7.
Happening today, get ready to feed the meters. Delaware's beach towns from Rehoboth to Fenwick Island, they're kicking off their paid summer parking season. In Rehoboth Beach, metered parking will cost you $4 an hour. That's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Metered parking in Dewey Beach, it's a little cheaper, $3.50 an hour, but parking is free on Monday nights. Bethany Beach offers a simplified pay-to-park system. That is $3 per hour. Fenwick Island, parking will cost $3 per hour. And to learn more information on parking in other beach towns, go to our website, CoastTV.com.
Also happening today, if you want to park at Duville Beach, you can purchase passes today. This comes after DENREC fees have been approved since the state took over the beach. Beginning Memorial Day weekend through November 30th, visitors will need a daily entrance fee or an annual pass at Duville Beach. Again, those passes go on sale today, so make time for that. It costs $115 with a $25 discount for Delaware State Park pass holders. DENREC says those fees will be collected via booths or automated machines, and those passes can be purchased in person or online. Rehoboth Beach permits will no longer be honored there.
Not so sure the desire to go to the beaches today. We bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Tri. Ocean Beach, Bay Beach. Either way, it's going to be a wet beach if you venture out.
You know, Chamber of Commerce takes a picture of a place they are with a beautiful day. Not today. This is not one of those Chamber of Commerce days. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, I think your heaviest rain through 7 a.m. Will be ending a little bit later than that, around 8 a.m. And then it's just cloudy the rest of the day with temperatures in the low 60s. A raw easterly wind, waves around 3 to 5 feet for Lewis. Rain continues really much of the day, 50s and low 60s. And Rehoboth, 50s and low 60s. Once again, waves pretty choppy, and at least the UV index is low. Don't need the sunscreen. Cambridge, you're looking at rain early, otherwise cloudy, middle 60s on the bay side. And in Crisfield, you're looking at rain early and then cloudy and middle 60s. Much more on this rain and what we can expect in the days to come coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks. Also coming up this morning, protesters at UC Berkeley ending the pro-Palestinian encampment after coming to an agreement with the school. We're telling you the new compromise.
Also, a new report on what caused the collapse of the Key Bridge in Maryland. The time frame investigators are focusing on that led to the disaster.
And we have a recap of the Maryland primary elections that took place yesterday. We're showing you what could be the makeup of November elections. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865, or go to getbullseyepro.com.
Move for Life is working to provide a gym for those who can't afford memberships or lack access to fitness facilities, and we need your help. Join us on Saturday, June 15th at Marina Park in Federalsburg for the Move for Life Fund's Build a Gym 5K. Walk or run, plus enjoy the activities, prizes, and community spirit. Help us make a lasting impact in Federalsburg. Sign up today at moveforlife.org/events. Rock Shop with Steve Mons. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10. Big 107.7.
Now on Coast TV News.
The rain continues to fall across Delmarva this morning. It's steady, even heavy at times, so take it slow out there. I'll tell you how long the rain lasts and if there's more to come coming up next.
Moving on, after Maryland primary, the reaction from the winners as they head to a November election showdown.
Delmarva School Board decision. We're looking at two different situations, one in Delaware, one in Maryland.
Key Bridge report. We now have a better idea of what helped cause the deadly crash near the Port of Baltimore.
This is Coast TV News Today.
May 15th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Paige Marley.
It's 5:29 right now. We can hear that rain hitting our roof here at our studio.
Yes, we can, which means you probably hear it at home, and maybe if you're just waking up, you're still in bed. It's kind of relaxing. I love waking up to the rain. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love. You don't like it?
No.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
No.
It's just relaxing. It
I
makes
feel
you
like
want to
you've
stay in
mentioned
bed.
that before. You're like, bundling up.
Yeah.
Or,
It's cozy,
Yeah.
it's not terrible. I know Bob mentioned not a great Chamber of Commerce day, which made me crack up because, we love to show off our beaches. But maybe if you're own a restaurant with a fireplace.
There you go.
Today's your day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Bob, what are you thinking? Happy hour with a fireplace.
I like that.
Happy hour. Yeah, where they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, I know. Throw another log on the fire. It's one of those days, get cozy with the fireplace. But it is a washout on this Wednesday morning. And this is good for the crops, too. It's a nice, steady to heavy rain, no thunder. We're not talking severe weather as the rain continues to move from south to north. We're all socked in with the rain. Heaviest now near Millsboro, 113, back through the Ocean View area. That's where it's coming down a little heavier. And then back through Ocean Pines and then extending towards Salisbury, you're seeing some of that heavier rain, so watch for ponding on the roads. Take it slow. Leave extra time to get to your destination this morning. We see the back edge of the real heavy rain almost getting close to Chincoteague right now as it's slowly moving up the coast as low pressure is developing off the coast right now. Out the door, we have temperatures into the upper 50s, and on top of that, we have a raw easterly wind right now gusting over 20 miles per hour time, so just a miserable day, and we're seeing that heaviest rain coming through, and it should be winding down around 8 or 9 o'clock, but still patches of light rain and drizzle. By noon, the winds pick up out of the northeast and temperatures struggle to get into the mid-60s later on, but the heaviest rain is out of the way as we go through this morning. So the good news is no sunblock needed today. It's a 2 on the UV index scale. And the next several days, we're in the low to medium range with the exception of Friday. We're in the high range, so at that time, take caution in the sun.
All right, thanks, Bob. The Maryland primary election results are in, and as you first saw on the Coast TV News app on the Democrat race for U.S. Senate, Angela Brooks comes out on top. She beat David Trone, grabbing 212,000 votes. For 54% of the vote total is actually more than 212,000 votes.
And reacting to her win, Brooks took to X and proclaiming, quote, "My name is Angela Brooks. I'm officially your Democratic nominee in Maryland's Senate race. On November 5th, 2024, we're going to defeat Larry Hogan, keep Maryland blue, and keep our Senate under Democratic control. Quote, spread the word," unquote.
She referenced Hogan because he won the Republican primary. The former two-term governor flirted with a potential presidential run, but instead he's attempting to become the first Republican elected to the Senate in Maryland since 1980.
Hogan topped a field of 7 total Republican candidates with 62% of that vote. His closest competition, Robin Flicker, following well behind him with 30% of that vote. Now, he served 2 terms as Maryland's governor, saw massive approval ratings, and that's important to note because Maryland is typically a blue state. He's only the second Republican governor elected in Maryland in over 50 years. And before he was elected governor, Hogan worked in real estate. As for his opponent...
Yeah, Paige, also Brooks has the endorsement of Maryland Governor Wes Moore. She was elected county executive in Prince George's back in 2018. She's also a former state's attorney for Prince George's County.
It's a big race for the open Senate seat, so it will be very interesting to see how things shake out coming up this November.
Now, here's one thing to consider. Democrat voter turnout in this race significantly larger than the Republican turnout, though you never know how things play out in the general election, which is still several months away.
Yeah, so now let's turn from the Senate primary to the race for U.S. House District 1. That's where incumbent Andy Harris managed to cruise past a pair of Republican challengers, garnering almost 80% of that vote. He'll now get the opportunity to defend his seat in the general election in November.
In that race, Harris will face Blaine Miller. That's the winner on the Democrat primary for U.S. District 1. Miller tops Blessing Oluwadere with nearly 60% of the vote in that race.
This morning, we're learning more about what caused the Dolly cargo ship to crash into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. According to an initial report released by the National Transportation Safety Board, the Dolly lost power twice as it was leaving the port of Baltimore. That was triggered by an unexpected tripping of critical electrical breakers, preventing the local pilots from being able to control the massive vessel and ultimately leading to that crash. There was not enough time for the ship to drop anchor or for tugboats to get to the vessel to avoid the disaster. The NTSB report also reveals the dolly suffered a blackout triggered by a crew member mistake. That was 10 hours before the collision during some in-port maintenance. The connection between the earlier blackout and the one that preceded the deadly accident still remains under investigation, as well as some other factors.
Yeah, new this morning, anti-Israel protesters at UC Berkeley have agreed to tear down their illegal encampment after coming to that deal with the university. On Tuesday, the encampment disbanded following discussions between protesters and school administrators. The administrator said a full divestment was off the table to Israel, but agreed to expedite the UC Berkeley Foundation's process for reviewing concerns regarding investments in weapons manufacturing, mass incarceration, and surveillance industries.
The Department of Justice says Boeing violated a 2021 deferred prosecution agreement that protected it from criminal charges tied to fatal 737 MAX crashes more than 5 years ago. A letter filed by the DOJ in federal court in Texas said Boeing broke the agreement by failing to make promised changes to detect and prevent violations of U.S. fraud laws throughout its operation. The Justice Department said Boeing could now be subject to prosecution, but still determining how it will proceed in this matter, and Boeing will have 30 days to respond.
We got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, road work wreaking havoc on our daily commutes. We're telling you the areas, including this one you see there, that you should avoid this week.
Yeah, and a region final on the line. Stephen Decatur High School last night will show you if the Seahawks would move on to Maryland's Elite Eight for the second straight year. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
We salute the U.S. Army. The United States Army has a storied history of defending freedom and promoting peace around the world. From the battlefields of the American Revolution to modern conflicts across the globe, Army soldiers have consistently demonstrated bravery, resilience, and dedication. We salute all those who have served and continue to serve, honoring their commitment to service and leadership in challenging circumstances. Their role in major wars, peacekeeping missions, and humanitarian efforts underscores the Army's ongoing commitment to maintaining global stability and security.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Honor cyclists and loved ones who were injured or lost their lives as a result of vehicle cyclist crashes. Join us for the Maryland Eastern Shore Ride of Silence Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. As part of May Bike Month, we're bringing attention to drivers and cyclists sharing the road. Start and finish at Unity Square in Salisbury. Helmets are required and lights front and back are encouraged. For more information, visit the Ride of Silence Maryland Eastern Shore Facebook page.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
On the next Tamron Hall, we meet the people behind some of the biggest headlines right now. He's the new dad who fainted in the delivery room and went viral. What happened as his wife was giving birth? Then, a school bus veers into oncoming traffic with the driver passed out behind the wheel. We meet the middle schooler who saved everyone's life. Plus, we talk to actress Jane Seymour about a recent headline that's making waves. We dig into it next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on Coast TV.
Life is all about choices.
And on Delmarva, we know you have a lot of country music stations to choose from.
Country 103.9 and 106.3, we believe we do more of what you want.
And playing stuff that we love too, like Morgan Wallen. Lainey Wilson. Plus all the good stuff too, Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Garth, and all the classics in between.
So we're issuing the Coast Country Challenge.
Tune us in for a week and we're sure when you'll accept the challenge,
you'll feel Delmarva proud too.
We're seeing the rain coming down in sheets in Ocean City. Dry Tech came and you can see the sheets of rain across the water, and it's breezy as well. Just not a nice morning, to say the least. 59 with the rain continuing to move from south to north. Steady to even some heavy rain near Millsboro. 113 Long Neck and Ocean View take care there, and also Ocean Pines. And just south of Newark, we're seeing some heavier rain too, and the rain continues for the Eastern Shore. We are seeing the back edge of this rain now moving into Crisfield and Chincoteague, so I think we've got a couple more hours of the heavy rain, and then it will start to taper off. Golf forecast, needless to say, forget it. Don't go. It's just a mess out there. 63 periods of rain today. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Baird, Mendows, Brockstead, and Federico.
Thank you so much, Bob. Today is Peace Officers Memorial Day. It's to honor law enforcement officers who've died in the line of duty. President Biden ordered flags at all U.S. government buildings and facilities to be flown at half-staff. Governor Carney has also ordered the Delaware flags at state buildings and facilities also be flown at half-staff. This is until sunset on Wednesday.
Dart's beach bus services, it's set to begin on May 20th. So starting next Monday, there will be increased services that will be available in many areas along the coast, including Rehoboth Beach and the Boardwalk, Lewis, Dewey Beach, and Bethany Beach as well. Visitors are encouraged to use Dart's Rehoboth Park and Ride and Lewis Transit Center. All the buses are ADA accessible and equipped with bike racks. Dart's Beach Bus offers fare per trip as well as daily, weekly, and monthly passes.
Lewis changing things up in time for its summer trash collection, and you must take action today. So listen to this. The city is introducing a subscription-based second weekly trash collection service. The service runs from June 28th until August 30th with a flat fee of $250 per cart for the entire season. According to city officials, you must subscribe today for service. Those details can be found on our website, coasttv.com.
Perhaps the most anticipated game in the history of the WNBA, the Women's Pro Basketball League. Caitlin Clark, there she is, making her debut last night as her Indiana Fever took on the Connecticut Sun. Clark scored 20 points. That was a team high, but it was in a losing effort.
You know, I thought it took me a little while to settle into the game. I thought the second half was a lot better, minus some of the turnovers, but just getting more comfortable, and that's just going to come with experience and getting to play with these girls. And the more games I play, the more comfortable I'm going to get.
Pro career is off and running, with Clark expected to be a big draw wherever she plays. It's more than just a high school lacrosse game last night between Cape Henlopen and Salesianum. This was the Scott Brosey Memorial Scholarship game. Scott was an all-state lacrosse player from Milton who at age 27 died in a car accident. And this game was a way for the Cape community to remember a beloved member. Sorry to report that the Vikings did lose the game to Sally's.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Coming into last night's baseball 3A region final in Maryland, the Stephen Decatur Seahawks had not yet allowed a run. Last night, taking on Severna Park with a chance to reach the state quarterfinals. Seahawks starter Nate Brzezowski was absolutely rolling in this one. His team ahead 3-1, 2-1 in the sixth. Not afraid to throw inside. Catches them looking. A solid 6 innings of one-run ball from the Mount St. Mary's commit. But in the seventh, Severna Park refusing to say die. 2-on, nobody out. Benji Beisler lays down a sac bunt. Matt Wright goes to first, but that's going to be trouble. 1 run scores easily, and check out the hustle. The tying run coming around third. Throw to the plate is bobbled. We are tied. To extras we go. Bottom 8, same score. Runner on third, 1 out. Eric Breka with a chance to win it, and that is your ball game. Opposite field base knock wins it for the Seahawks. 4-3 is your final as Decatur moves on to the state quarterfinals. A huge victory for the Seahawks, who are back in the state's Elite 8 for the 2nd straight year. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Some entertainment news now. We have a first look at new seasons of both House of Dragon and The Rings of Power. Can't wait for both of those. Rick Damigella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
The battle for Westeros heats up. This is your first look at the 2nd season of the Game of Thrones prequel, House of the Dragon. The trailer teases the start of the Targaryen Civil War, which fans will get more of when the show returns June 16th.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go.
Jake Gyllenhaal will have more fight scenes ahead. The actor is set to reprise his role in an upcoming sequel to the streaming hit Roadhouse. The first movie served as a remake to the 1989 cult favorite, and Amazon called it their most watched film debut ever on a worldwide basis.
Every soul in Middle-earth is in peril.
Sauron's quest for power continues. We have a sneak peek at the latest episodes of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, which sees the sinister villain working to take control of Middle-earth. Season 2 of the Prime Video epic premieres August 29th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Our Wednesday washout continues. Here's our tidal health cam in Seaford. Gray skies, wet roads. Watch out for minor flooding. Take it slow out there. It is a yellow alert day for at least a half an inch of rain. I'll track the rain and tell you when it starts to taper off. And then clouds and cool the next few days. Your forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
AANHPI Amplified.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, join us in our anniversary celebration. Plus, get inspired by a remarkable project led by women, transforming the Georgetown Library into a vibrant hub for teens. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
It's now 5:46 on your Wednesday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Seaford, where it's actually not looking too bad, Bob, but you can tell those roads, they're slick out there, so be careful driving to work.
They are slick. You know, anytime you get dry periods, sometimes the oils from the roads come up, Paige, and then you have the rain on top of that, and you can have slippery conditions, so you have to be careful and watch for ponding on the roads anytime we get steady rain. And you know those low spots that typically flood when we get a decent rain, so just take it slow out there. This is our 2-hour replay of radar. You can see the steady rain moving across, and even pockets of heavy rain. You start getting into these yellow areas, and that's some heavier rain around Millsboro, and then stretching to the east towards Ocean View, Long Neck, Dewey Beach down to Ocean View there. We are seeing some of that moderate rain, even some moderate rain near Newark right now, up towards Liberty Town, and the steady rain back through Salisbury. And there's a closer look at that, some of that heavier rain along the coast right now. And the eastern shore, nothing especially heavy, just a steady rain for you as it continues to move from southwest to northeast. We are seeing the back edge of this rain now moving into the around Chincoteague, near the Virginia-Maryland state line, and that continues to move to the north. So I think we're in that steady rain for a couple more hours, then it starts to taper off. Out the door, it's cool into the upper 50s. Temperature's not rising much today because we have this easterly wind. So here's Futurecast at 6:30, still showing the heavy rain, but it's beginning to lift to the north, and that should transition to more of a lighter rain or drizzle later in the morning as temperatures are stuck in the low 60s. They could come up a little bit. Maybe the skies brighten up a little bit this this afternoon, and some of us do get into the mid-60s, cooler at the beaches, but we have this east-northeast wind that keeps us pretty chilly, a raw afternoon and evening. And then tonight, I think we keep it mainly cloudy. This model might be a little optimistic on clearing it out by Thursday morning. If it does clear out, it's short-lived because the clouds move back in from the east as there is a storm offshore, and that could push in a few more showers on your Thursday, and temperatures primarily into the 60s. If you see enough sunshine, maybe 70s farther inland. And there's that storm offshore, 11:30 as we go into Thursday evening, and then the clouds want to come back in on Friday. So I think Friday's dry. It's just going to be, well, kind of cool. And then into the weekend, here we go again, more rounds of showers again. We just can't buy a nice weekend. I was hoping Sunday would be dry, but it looks like, well, some showers hang on there. So a grand total of rain the next several days, at least an inch, and in some places close to 2. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, yellow alert. Everybody has pretty much already seen a half an inch of rain, 62. 67 Thursday, Friday 69, and then the weekend on and off showers, mid-60s. Dries out early next weekend, starting to warm up by Tuesday.
Bob, road work is underway in Milford. Crews are working on Kings Highway near Route 113. This will take about a week to do, and officials say crews are replacing water services.
Successful referendum votes paved the way for upgrades to the water distribution system in Milton. That work's already started on Federal Street to make those upgrades. According to the town, a contractor has started drilling a Federal Street drinking water well. Just an FYI, property owners in this area, you might hear some noise during the day while these crews work. The town says this work will last about a week, depending, of course, on the weather.
Parking interruptions will happen in Fenwick Island next week. This will be from May 21st to the 22nd. Fenwick's neighborhood streets will go through road work. The town wants to make sure that this work goes smoothly, and they want to let property owners know that street parking will not be available during this period.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, silver-haired saviors. We're showing you how this silver-haired avatar keeping older cancer patients at home and out of the ER.
Our Spicer Brothers came in Salisbury telling the weather story. Rain pelting the lens there. Take it slow out the door, and we'll see that heavy rain taper off. And then we're looking at lots of clouds the next several days, and temperatures running cooler than average. And yeah, some weekend showers, unfortunately. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, and Delmarva Dave. Delmarva Experts, local experts right when you need them.
At Spicer Brothers, we're not just about installing roofs. We're about protection, durability, and peace of mind. Our team of skilled professionals can install your last roof using the highest quality materials in as little as 1 day. And we make it easy with on-site design and digital proposal.
And right now, save $1,000 off your new roof. Plus, have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty. And the best part, enjoy no interest and no payments for 18 months.
Call today and schedule your free in-home consultation because you deserve the best.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
Give it up for our coaches! For the first time, we have more than one country coach.
I'm just going to beat them anyways.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
American Cancer Society predicts this year will be the first year in U.S. history that new cancer diagnoses will cross the 2 million mark. More than half will be over the age of 65.
Yeah, that treatment can be tough for older men and women, and once discharged from the hospital, there's a lot of risk for at-home care. Not knowing what to do can land you back in the hospital with serious complications. Marty Schultz shows us a silver-haired avatar may actually help older patients learn the right way to recover at home.
Paperwork, information, medications. It can all seem like too much.
When somebody is typically diagnosed with cancer, it's a very overwhelming experience.
In her 20 years as an oncology nurse, Victoria Lorazel has seen patient after patient readmitted to the hospital for not following directions when they returned home.
The big ones that people get readmitted for are pain, of course, symptoms like nausea and vomiting.
But Professor Lorazel is trying to change that with a game.
I'm sorry you're feeling sick. Can I make you something for breakfast?
So here's where you're going to start making choices once you go home.
In the game, patients follow a silver-haired avatar home after being discharged.
You always want to take your medicine when it's scheduled.
The choices they make in the game are the same choices they will make for themselves at home.
Hopefully what they do once they get home is they remember that, oh, the more I did, the better the avatar felt, and I'm now going to do some of the things that I did for the avatar in the game at home for myself.
Compared to younger patients, those 65 and older are at a higher risk for severe side effects. Chemo, nausea, and vomiting can lead to dehydration and toxicity.
We're trying to save them time, we're trying to save them money, we're trying to save the hospital system money, and we're also trying to get them to think differently about managing their care at home.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
The game takes just 15 minutes to play, but Professor Lorazel says it can save older cancer patients days and weeks lost to illness or being readmitted into the hospital to manage their symptoms. She received a $2.5 million grant from the National Institutes of Health to fund a larger multi-center to study and follow 500 patients for 6 months after their treatment.
The time is now 5:55. It's time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
Today's Coastal Pet of the Day is this senior sweetie. On your screen right now is Pumpkin. Paige, this one tugs at your heart. He's a 10-year-old King Charles Cavalier. Pumpkin is blind. He's a blind rescue pump who loves to play with her toys and her sister and constantly wagging her tail in signs of happiness.
Aw, she looks happy. Nothing can stop her. We want to keep seeing all your adorable pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos and tell us what makes your pet special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It's now 5:56. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out that door.
Yeah, despite the excitement of Hump Day, Paige,
Yeah.
it's going to be a wet day, so all those Hump Day activities might be canceled.
Cut 'em, yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't know what I'm saying, Bob.
Hey, it happens. We get the rain, and we need the rain, and sometimes you can't always have the sunshine, and we're definitely not going to see the sun today. Don't need the sunscreen. That's a plus. We're seeing the heavy rain right now, or steady to heavy rain. That will continue for a couple more hours, and then taper off to a light rain and drizzle, but temperatures rise very little throughout the day, upper 50s and then lower 60s, and feeling chilly with a raw east-northeast wind. Here's your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. It is a yellow alert today. Most areas have already picked up a half an inch of rain, and some could pick up over an inch. And then we start to dry it out finally Thursday, but the clouds hang around 67, 69 Friday, and we keep temperatures below average into the weekend. And what's a weekend without rain? Have to put it in there. Unfortunately, both days on and off, rain mid-60s. It warms up next week. Looks like some storms by next Wednesday into Friday, and by that time into the mid to upper 70s for temperatures.
Coming up in our next hour, Maryland primary at the polls. We look at the key races in that state that could change the balance of power in Congress. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.